And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the Outsider's Perspective on HLX Radio. I am the maestro, creator of all things HLX, and with me, as usual, the legendary Courier on the ones and twos. How you feeling, sir?
I'm good at it. Bring the shades out.
Had to bring the shades
trying
out.
to flex on me.
I was not trying to flex. These are prescription shades.
Not okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I could not see without these right now. So,
well, my Ray-Bans in the car, so I just got the first shades that I saw in the drawer. So. You ain't gonna flex with me, goddamn it.
Hey, well, these are Ray-Bans for the record. Just so, since we
he's still flexing on me.
Since we putting it out there, I mean these are Ray-Bans. But a plethora of music came out, so we will get into that. The first, our boy Anderson .Paak has returned.
Yes.
With new music. What was it? King James.
Yes.
The track.
Yes.
How you feel about the track first? The track
Funk.
on the song.
Funk.
Funk.
Yes, I like it. I've been playing it since it's been out, pretty much. I like it.
And I just played it for the first time today, and I like it as well. How do you like it compared to the single? Let's say the singles or the kind of lead ups to the last album. How would you compare them? Do you feel it's the same vibe? Is there a difference?
It's kind of along the same lines of what Tense is, but I didn't play Tense over and over again. I played this one over and over again. I don't know why. I guess I'm just in a different headspace now where I'm ready for it. Because I remember Tense. Was that out at like when Summer was on his way out of here?
When did Tense come out?
It was around the time that the album came out, like a month or two. So it had to be.
Yeah,
it was during the summer, but like at the tail end of it.
Yeah, I know. I remember it feeling like it should have came out
earlier.
Like it felt like a summertime kind of vibe, but it wasn't quite that time. It did feel like that.
But it is starting to get warmer.
Yeah, weather's changing. Yeah, shades is out.
Yes. So King James seems a little bit more fitting
for the time.
Yes.
So do you have different expectations now? Because the new album is coming. It's like in a couple days. He has a new album coming out, and he just put out the last album. We are to believe that this album will be less influenced by Dr. Dre. He will be less involved.
Thank God.
And
he had to know. He had to know. Like,
who, Dre or
no?
Pat?
Anderson had to know that we didn't. I'm not feeling Dre and Anderson .Paak. Put it like that. Like, I was introduced to Anderson .Paak through Dr. Dre.
Right, that is where he came from.
I remember listening to Dr. Dre's album, and I don't even get too far in how I feel about Dre, but I always felt like Dre's shit is so overblown and bloated and overproduced. So I didn't really pay much attention to Anderson .Paak, but everybody kept talking like, who's this Anderson .Paak guy? Right. And then the Malibu mixtape was already out. I think Suede, I heard Suede and all that kind of thing. So I just like Anderson .Paak. So Thank you to Dr. Dre for introducing me to him, but stay off of him. Though.
Your job is done.
Yes.
Like you have done your part.
Stay out the studio. I don't need it.
And with that, along with him saying Dre's less involved, we already have a track list with features. Some very powerful, interesting features here.
Yes.
We have 3 Stacks.
Off the top.
First track 1, Andre 3000. That's a strong feature to start your album off
with. Yes, it is.
Then number 2, not bad either, Smokey Robinson.
Oh, that's 2 for 2.
Come on, son.
Yeah. Great day.
Legendary off the top. Then we have Layla Hathaway.
Yes, legendary.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Legendary. Well, iconic.
Yes.
Iconic. Yes.
I can't tell what that one is.
That's one of Sonya
Elise.
Elise, yeah. She does a lot of stuff with him.
Okay. Then Brandy, Moesha out here.
Legends.
And then last track, Nate Dogg.
Well, Dre had to have the wave file for that. So thank you, Dre.
The wave file.
Thank you, Dre.
So I mean, the Nate Dogg feature could have hinted at more Dre influence, but maybe not much.
Well,
maybe
he said it wasn't, so I'm going to take his word for it.
So you think Anderson .Paak went in and was like, "I want the Nate Dogg feature"?
Who else was he going to get it from? Yeah.
So based off the single, based off King James and the track list, how do you think you're going to feel? Do you have any expectations for this one compared to the last one? Do you think it's going to be better, worse?
I feel it's going to be better. I'm hopefully going to enjoy it more, but there's more pressure on this one, mainly because of how the first one turned out, and because it's about 11 songs on here.
It is exactly 11 songs on here.
So every song better hit.
Got a hit. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember how many won the last one?
It was like 16, 17, 18. It was up there.
That's a lot more. So maybe that means, it's smaller, more concise, more to the point.
I want the soul. I want soulful funk. I want him to sing, and I'm not singing. I just sang. I want him to sing, and I didn't really get much of that I did, but not like I wanted it to.
So we're expecting this one to be better.
Yes.
Looking to see. All right, so we're gonna look out for Anderson. Hopefully he delivers, and hopefully Dre stays away and lets him do what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. Then on top of that, we had Iggy Azalea come out the woodwork with new music called Sally Walker, with the video to it. I've seen a lot of people messing with it. Like, oh, you did that, sis. It was a lot of that out there. Then there was also a lot of like, nah, this is Cardi's song. You just stole money and tried to flip it real quick. So you heard the song. Do you think she's stealing? She jocking? Or what's the...
I mean, money did come to mind when I heard it. So I don't disagree with that. Okay, yeah, that answers your question. Yeah.
Did you like the song?
Yeah, I thought that was the other question too. No, but I don't think Iggy is for me. I was talking about Anderson .Paak just now.
That's true. It's like, very different fan base there.
It's just not for me. Just not for me.
Yeah, it was cool, but there's definitely some remnants of money in there from Cardi.
Remnants.
So there's definitely some essence de Cardi in that song. Then we quickly, this is the first time I heard it, Tory Lanez Freaky. He had a video for that too, but I wasn't paying attention. I was just listening to the song. How did you feel about the Tory Lanez track?
I guess I liked it better than Iggy's song. I'll say that.
That's one standard to uphold.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a Tory Lanez kind of guy, But I want to say this. Mm-hmm. I think my taste in music has completely changed now. Completely.
I
want funk now. Like that's what I'm on. I'm on funk. Give me bass lines. Give me guitar licks. Give me, I'm trying to
in the pocket.
I'm trying to dance. Feel me?
Trying to dance.
I'm trying to dance. And I know niggas these days act like they too cool to do anything. They be acting like they too cool to fucking breathe sometimes. But
to breathe.
I'm trying to dance. I'm trying to have a good time. And funk is giving me what I need right now.
So what was your kind of mood before that? You said it changed. Now you're in funk. What was it before funk?
I was in between it because I was just kind of like, I feel like I'm supposed to like this stuff. Like I feel like it was around the time Drake became emperor of music.
Emperor.
And I like Drake, don't get me wrong, but like people love Drake.
Yes,
it's like he is the one. And it's like I don't feel that way about a lot of things that I hear. But now I feel like a lot of people have just kind of like followed that 40 Drake formula. And it's in everything.
Yeah.
Especially in black music, it's in R&B. But Drake had been doing that with me already. Now, mind you, if it weren't for 808s and Heartbreak, there would be no Drake. And I remember hating 808s and Heartbreak. But we're still here after over 10 years. I still feel like we in this 808s and Heartbreak, post 808s and Heartbreak era. And I didn't like it before. And now it don't resonate with me at all. It just seems really formulaic now. There's no to me, there's no soul in it. I feel like a lot of people just kind of do what they feel like is going to sell.
Especially if people are just copying, like you said, the Drake formula, like, 40 did that.
Yeah.
Let me try that. That's not you feeling it like that. That's you trying to copy the sound that they created.
And y'all niggas ain't sick of trap yet? Like y'all not trapped out yet?
Oh no.
No?
2 Chainz just dropped.
I've had enough. I've had enough. I
2
remember
Chainz still out here. Rapper goes.
I know trap is a thing from way back when, but I remember like when I heard Lex, what's his name, Lex Luger beats and the stuff he was doing with like what's his name, Flocka. I liked it because it was new. I didn't like his bass is like his bass drums. It's like 808s. It's always so crisp and clean, but dirty all at the same time. But now it's just like I don't feel like I don't know. I'm sick of it now. It don't hit me the same way. And maybe always because I'm on funk, and funk is clearly not a new thing. Like it's been going on for over 40 years.
While too,
so maybe it's just too much of something. Maybe I need to get a little bit of funk till I get sick of the funk. Then I'll go back to trap later. Maybe 5-10 years from now, I'll be like, yeah, I miss it.
I mean, that happens like with most things. Like it's a cycle. Like things come back in style, and you start to go back to what you did before.
Exactly. But I need funk, and in the spirit of funk. Sweet Potato Pie, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, all right. We'll be back.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the Outsider's Perspective. I am the maestro with the legendary Corey L. We are back with even more music. There was Schoolboy Q with that Num Num Juice. And he released a video for that as well. Which you said you enjoyed the ending of.
Yes.
So before we get to the video, the song itself, how you feel about this song? Is that giving you any funk? Are you feeling it at all or no?
I like it. There's no funk, no. But I don't dislike it.
So then the video. What about the video did you like?
I just like the last scene where he bitch slapped a nigga off a skyscraper into the fiery pits of hell. I loved it.
That's a powerful way to end the video.
Yes, I loved it. But other than that, it was cool.
It was cool, but that was the first song from him, and I think about like 2 or 3 years since the last thing came out. And a lot of people saying that the reason that he kind of chilled and wasn't putting out music is he was real close with Mac Miller, and it's like he wasn't really in the headspace. He didn't want to do like interviews. Like releasing his music and have to talk about Mac Miller and all that kind of stuff. So he kind of just fell back for a little bit until that kind of cleared out some. Then also we have Drake and Future are putting out talks of What a Time to Be Alive 2.
What a time to be alive. I'm drinking lean. I thought I died.
Is this a moment? Is this a legendary moment in history?
It could be. Who knows? I mean, Future it always he sours things for me. Like when people mention Future, it's like him too. Goddamn.
What is this gonna be?
Yeah, but I'll definitely listen to it.
So we went back and kind of quickly, kind of in the background, listened to the first one. When the first one came out, what was the impact of that for you when it first came out?
It felt like overkill for me because I was still on Drake. Like I was still on If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, and all the singles he was dropping. I was still woe out from the Meek Mill diss and the Meek Mill beef and all that kind of stuff. A lot was going on.
That's true.
So when What a Time to Be Alive came out, it was just kind of like he was continuing to ride his wave, I suppose, trying to keep the momentum going, I guess. But it's I don't know. It just felt like overkill for me personally. And I remember I heard it for the first time it was either your car or Dominique's car, somebody's car, and y'all was playing it. And the only line I really remember was the I'm drinking lean, they thought I died. That one really stuck with me.
that grabbed me. There was something about the lean that just.
But other than that, I wasn't even anticipating it. It was kind of like it was like I said, it was like Future though. Like I mean, okay.
Well, even at that time, I think even now Future's kind of cooled off. But at that moment, Future was like the guy at that point. Like that's why it was such a big deal. It was like these two are both like megastars at this point, and they're coming together to do a project. I think now it's more of
it's like
Drake,
Watch the Throne
Future.
Too.
It's like, do we really like Drake is still up here, and I ain't really been checking for no Future song in a couple years now at this point, because everybody else has come along and kind of done Future. Yeah. So you got Travis Scott now, and all these other people that sound like that. So it's like We even got T-Pain back now. Like, we got the nigga that started that shit. Like, so
very true. Very, very true.
Do I even want to hear that? But I will listen to it too. Yeah. I'm interested to see what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Could this be the first track? Because what was the line from the Drake album? After this, I'm out of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the first non-deal album or project we get from Drake.
Yeah, the independent album.
On his possibly mystery independent label that he started.
Okay.
Silently. I forgot what it's called now.
We'll see.
But now we can segue into kind of what you touched on earlier about how sometimes niggas be acting like they don't even want to smile or laugh or breathe when they out and supposed to be out enjoying themselves or going to the club or shows or wherever you going, and they don't want to dance. They want to stand and look cool and not participate in the activities, even though you came out the house and paid to get into whatever venue that you're in.
Right.
Why do you think that is, sir?
I don't know.
Why are we this way? Why are we this way?
I think niggas just need to start traveling more. Niggas need to start doing more things. Get outside of their boxes that they used to all the time.
That's fair.
I feel a lot of it is also about insecurity. Now niggas really insecure, especially when they're younger. They don't want to be seen certain ways by certain people. We still kind of taught that, smiling and being jolly and dancing is seen as weakness and all that kind of thing. And all the niggas with no personality got all the bitches. So it's like I get it, but it's just like I'm sick of it. I'm sick of zombies, nigga. And it's like everybody act like they high. And the thing is, everybody could be high.
Very well. Not though. Everybody's not.
But they not. They trying to. I don't know what it is. But niggas ain't got no personality. They don't say. I don't know.
Even Future came out and was like making all those songs about lean. He was like, "Oh, I stopped doing that a long time ago." But people like when I act like that or when I make songs like that, so I just keep doing it. Like,
and even everybody the kids, ain't high, like even the kids in high school, like just. I don't remember being like that in like high school. Like I was quiet, but I still talked. I was still personable in a way, and I'm not gonna say this about everybody, but it's just like,
this is not every person.
It's just I don't know, I'm just
but
sick.
There is a kind of a large group.
Yeah, there's a certain niggas with like the fuckboy fade. He probably played like basketball or something.
Is this qualified with the niggas with snapbacks and fitted caps?
No, these are two completely different niggas.
So we have to establish the groups.
The niggas with the snapbacks and fitted caps were born between 1975 and about like 1993, 94. Because Dex is one of those niggas too. And he was born in like 92. But then niggas from then on, but probably like specifically niggas born from like 97, like 98
at the end
to about now. Like they got completely different. Like their chicken's different than my chicken. And I know that because these niggas are huge.
These something niggas, in the milk.
Yes, these niggas weigh 250 pounds, be 7 feet tall, 14 years old. That's right. So it's weird. But yeah, then on top of it, you ain't got no personality. Like I don't get it. So not to shit on people, I don't know. That's just kind of how it feels when I be doing these gigs and the different kinds of gigs that I be at, and like even if it ain't a gig, even if I'm just in like let's say the only time I go to a club is if it's somebody's birthday, so I go just to like show face, and of course me, I'm gonna go in there. I pay my money. I'm enjoy myself. Enjoy myself. But niggas just be posted up next to each other watching the girls dance with each other. It's the wackest shit to me. And then with the agency band, even though it's mostly like weddings and stuff like that, but it also be like inaugural balls that we do, like stuff in like DC with congressmen and all that kind of stuff. As soon as we play September Earth, Wind and Fire, they on the floor. It's the craziest thing. They just come to the floor and start dancing. I don't get like, cause I don't know, people. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just
it's an older crowd though, right?
Not all the time. I did one where it was like a alumni type of thing, right? But these kids literally just graduated,
right?
Like, last month they just graduated, and they got up in it and they danced. They interact with you. They dance with each other. It was different. So I feel like there's something missing here. Like I think it has everything to do with what you're exposed to. and going out and seeing different things. I remember I went to Havana for the first time. It blew my mind. Because them niggas just went in there and just started dancing. Now, these are Hispanics. And for apparently, they know how to have a good time. It was jumping in there, but it's like everybody was dancing. I got up. I was like, I had the Corona in my hand. I don't drink Coronas, but I had to get the Corona. I was loving life. And I feel like that's what it's all about. It's about enjoying life, not out here trying to act cool and all that kind of thing. Because, I don't know.
Part of it is social media, too. Like you said, with the people going to the club for the birthday and niggas just watching, just post it up. Like, niggas will pay to get in the club and for bottles and shit just so they can take a picture of it and put it on Instagram.
Nigga, I see, to enjoy it. Now that I'm on, like, IG again and seeing people's live stories and stuff, I'll see people go on their, like, stories, but you'll see everybody in the background on their phone like this. So it's like, what? Like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm just old.
Everybody want the picture.
Maybe I'm a nigga with beards and snapback group or something. I don't know, but it's like I don't get that part. I kind of just want to express that because it's very frustrating. Like, I don't get it. Just go home, then, nigga. Just go home. Be on your phone.
They can't get their picture off for IG if they go home. That's why everybody else in the background on the phone too, because they checking they put their picture up, they checking their likes and got to see what's going on.
Everybody too busy trying to flex on everybody.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it is.
No one cares, nigga. I don't go home thinking about you. I don't care. I'm worrying about me, and I feel like everybody should do the same. I'm not saying think like me, but I'm just saying life would probably be a little bit more enjoyable. You probably want to smile a little bit more. You wouldn't be so stressed out if you knew how to just relax a little bit and not take yourself so damn seriously. Shit. All right. Well, we gonna go. We'll be right back. I'm mad. Shit.
And we are back. This is the Outsider's Perspective. I am the Maestro, creator of all things H. Alexa. With me, of course, the legendary Corey L. All right. So last week we touched on it. I think we had only seen part 1 at that point. And we said we're going to watch part 2 and come back and say how we felt about it. And we're referring to the Michael Jackson documentary on HBO, the Leaving Neverland. We watched part 2 like immediately after the show. So we've had a week to sit and digest and contemplate and decide how we feel. If it's still fuck Oprah. Is it now fuck Michael? Are we muting Michael? All of those things we have to take into account now. So now that we've seen it, we've digested, we've thought about it. How do you feel?
How do I feel? Well, after thinking about it for about a week, first thing that comes to mind is that it's too fucking late. We went through this. We went through trials. Witnesses have come to the stand saying that Michael Jackson is innocent.
It's true.
Both of them have at one point or another denied that Michael was ever abusive or any of those kind of other things.
This is correct.
In the past. So, like I said, trials come. He was acquitted of everything, found not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
We were hoping that we could move on. Mm-hmm. We're in this Me Too movement, and now we wait almost 10 years after Michael is gone, where he can't even defend him, even though he already has. He already defended himself in court.
That's true. That is true.
And now here we are. Now we're in a position where we're almost witnessing Michael Jackson's legacy essentially dissolving before our eyes. They're already removing songs from like playlists now, and gloves and hats are being removed from museums.
But they kept the pictures.
But they kept the pictures though. Yeah. It's too late. I will say that the relationships that he did have with children in a lot of instances were inappropriate. I will say that. Mm-hmm. I know that if that were my child would not be sleeping in anyone's bed but their own. Bottom line on that one.
Very fair.
Yeah, I feel like Michael knew better. than to put himself in these types of situations. I also feel like after watching the documentary, I can completely understand why people viewed it and was like, oh yeah, Michael did that shit. I get it. There were people when Michael was alive who felt like he did that shit. That's true. And it essentially almost ruined his career. Michael was never really the same after that.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. So yes, it's still fuck Oprah. Well, at least for the time being. Anyway. And yeah. How you feel, sir?
This concept took my brain to a bunch of different places. I'm not muting Michael Jackson. I will still play whatever Michael Jackson song I feel like it. Radios took his some radio stations took his music off, and my thought was, y'all still listen to the radio? Y'all don't got the aux in the car, right. But to each his own. I know you had to do something to make it seem like you were on the right side or whatever. We watched the second half. Again, there was no moment for me where I was like, aha, they got him. He did it. I didn't feel like that. There were still other things outside of it, like a big thing from the FBI investigation that was done over multiple years, produced several documents. They found nothing that they felt they could charge him with or do anything with. And I full believe that if the FBI found any shred of anything they thought they could actually use, they would have used it. I don't doubt that with anything. I also, after this came out, there were also, I can't remember the person's name now, but it was one of a kid who was around Michael and things like that. And he came out and he was like, their stories were true up until the sex part. Like, we hung out with Michael. We did all the stuff. We was around his house, on the condos, wherever he was at. But none of that happened. Like, that's where you lost me. So I'm like, okay. That gives, because I know you said, like, the behavior is weird and you wouldn't do that. But we have examples of him just doing that. So there was nothing there concrete enough for me to go, this is it. I'm done. I can't do that. So Michael, I'm good. Still got to be fuck Oprah for the time being, because I don't like how she handled that. It seemed a little wish-washy to me, to be honest. But then I went to the whole people say, like, can you separate the person from the art conversation that people have? Because this was the conversation that people have with R. Kelly. Like, he wrote all these gross songs. How can you still listen to that song knowing that he did those kind of things? And we know R. Kelly did that shit because we got tapes. Right. We got VHSs of him doing that. Right. So R. Kelly did it. How can you listen to the song? And I thought about it. Like, why would you want to still listen to that? And the biggest part for R. Kelly, like most of his music, I feel like we don't tie, that's kind of weird to say, but we don't tie his music to him. We tie the music to moments in our lives where the music was played, if that makes sense. Like, when I'm playing Step in the Lane of Love, I'm not really thinking about R. Kelly, but I'm thinking about the wedding reception of my friend we was at, where we played it and we had a good time. And that's a positive memory for me. So I'm not tying that song to anything except my memory of when it was played. What was going on in the studio when he wrote and recorded, I don't know what he was doing that day in the studio. I'm not thinking about that when that song comes. So I can see how people can compartmentalize, because the strongest emotion to that song for me is about me. So separating the person from the art can be easy if that's the case, because I don't know nothing else about what's going on. I just know how Al felt when the song was played. And then I thought I took that even further outside of just music, but just like history in general. I knew you were going to talk about Christopher Columbus or something. I knew that was going to come up. I wasn't even going there, but that's one of them. I was going to say this. Our country is built on, I want to say, I don't know the word, contradictions or selective memory, basically. Because with most major figures in history, Christopher Columbus included.
I'm sorry, Christopher.
I wasn't gonna say his name.
I didn't mean to put you in the
spot. Since it
was
there, where we have our side, where it's like they fought for the greater good, for history, but they were also in their home life a terrible human being. And there's also cases of, like in this case with R. Kelly, cases of rape and in some cases even torture. But we just don't talk about that part. We just celebrate the fact that he discovered America. We appreciate that. But can we separate? He had a holiday. We clearly separated the person from what they did.
I'll say this though, because we are in the process. We're in an era where we're like removing Confederate statues and all that kind of thing now. So we are in this woke movement, just overall. I feel when I hear about Christopher Columbus, especially when I'm on YouTube and all those kinds of things, all I see is that he won't shit and he was murderous and all that kind of things. So I think we're kind of in that era now where people are beginning to, whether you want to call it waking up or whatever,
right,
which is in this period where it's like we're starting to look at everybody for everything, not just what they did, politically or, what all the other things that they did professionally, but also who they were as people. And
right.
Really analyzing people's character and all that kind of thing. For me, I can't say that's wrong. I really can't. I can't say it's wrong for me not to want to listen, for somebody not to want to listen to somebody because they was a piece of shit.
I'm not saying that was wrong.
Because they rape people and all that kind of thing. So it's like, so I don't find anything wrong with this. So I can understand that. For somebody like R. Kelly, who makes incredible music that we tied to our families and we tied to our past, I can also understand how it could be hard. I know for me, even if I did believe Michael did the shit, it would be very hard for me not to play any of his music because that's such a part of who I am and just like who we are, just like culturally. Mm-hmm. It's like Michael was a big part of that. He was a big piece of that.
Right.
So to remove that, something would definitely be missing.
That's true.
So it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just me glorifying celebrities or whatever, but it ain't even about him as it is about his music.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. The biggest point. That's kind of the biggest point to me. Like, yeah, we are kind of doing that, but it's still to me somewhat selective. We not going we could go further back and go even beyond the Confederate statues and all that. But the biggest point is that we can, or people can and have separated the person from their art or what they did or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because like even you said with Michael, like it's not about him, it's about the music. It's about how that made me feel, what I did, where I was when I heard it, who I was with, the family event that we were at where the song came on and we had a good time. Like when I hear those songs, it takes me, a lot of songs take you back to a point in your life. So my attachment to the song is more about me than it is anything else.
You know what I think? These kinds of things just kind of take time. It's still kind of hot right now. So it's just like when you hear a R. Kelly song, or a Michael song, then you immediately start thinking like, oh man.
Especially R. Kelly because he's still out here like doing interviews and spazzing so it's just all constant
that. Thought. And I can only equate it to when Chris Brown beat Rihanna ass. And they blocked everything. We didn't hear no Chris Brown. I won't listen to no damn Chris Brown. I was like, fuck that nigga. But as time went on,
he kept coming.
He dropped Deuces. And we was like, you know what? That was 2 years ago. It's in the past. Rihanna forgave her. It was like, So I feel like this is just one of the things that we probably have to let run its course. Because I feel like a world without Michael, especially Michael Jackson, but probably R. Kelly too. A world without their music, there's something missing. It ain't there no more. Especially in black culture, something's gone. Like it ain't a cookout without Step in the Name of Love. It ain't what I'm saying. It's cookout without you hearing Don't Stop Till You Get Enough playing or Rock With You. It just something's missing. So maybe that's what it is.
And again, that's about us too.
Yeah. So we gotta let it ride out.
And it's especially I feel like Michael's will kind of settle before R. Kelly's because he's still out here like.
Yeah, and R. Kelly did that.
He did it, and he's like still like out doing interviews and yelling at Gayle King and doing all this other like spazzy type stuff. So it's like you can't think R. Kelly without thinking that because that just happened yesterday. So it's like but I think that's true. It'll be like that, and it'll kind of ease out, and then we'll kind of settle at some common ground, I guess.
I agree. Well, thank y'all, man. Shout out to Tiffany. We love you.
For the support in the comments. Yes. We appreciate you. There's a couple other people watching, but we thank you for the support. Like, share. If this is YouTube, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yes. We appreciate the support. We out of here.
Everybody.
He sings quite beautifully.